Now, one of the things that we really like to focus on when we're training with hard style kettlebell training is really focusing on being explosive. And that really holds true, especially when you're doing any type of ballistic training, mainly the foundational kettlebell swing, so the hard style swing, or the snatch or the clean. So today I'm going to walk you through a finisher that involves the snatches and cleans, and we're going to talk a little bit about being explosive. Now, what we really want to try to do is be as efficient as we can with the kettlebell. And what does that mean? That means that we want to focus on creating as much power as possible. Whereas with other forms of kettlebell training, they focus on endurance and trying to get as many reps as they can within a certain amount of time. What we want to focus on is really using as much tension and as much explosiveness as we can to burn as many calories as possible. And I'll show you how to do that when we're doing what I call the Manhattan Beach finisher. So you can do this finisher with your clients in your camps. This is a challenge finisher. It's based on the 2010 Tabata model. So we're going to focus on using various kettlebell exercises going 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. So here I've got my 35-pound kettlebell, which is a 16 kilo, and we're going to start our 2010 finisher with a set of snatches. And we're going to go for 20 seconds on the left and then 20 seconds on the right. Immediately after that, we'll do some goblet squats, and then we'll do some halos. After that, we'll do some clean and presses, and then we're going to finish with some swings. What we want to really focus on now is hinging at our hips. So a swing, a snatch, a clean always originates from a good hip hinge. So this is the Manhattan Beach finisher. I'm going to go through it with you. All right, so here we go. Setting our timer for 20 seconds, and what we're going to do is we're going to start off with snatches. So I'm going to get into a good hip hinge position, driving back, setting myself up, and we've got snatches for 20 seconds. Great. So you'll notice that on the snatch I kept my hand open at the top. What that does is that saves my grip. You'll also notice that I'm spearing my hand through the kettlebell to make sure that I am moving around it, and that'll prevent any type of banging that goes on in my wrist. All right, we got 20 seconds on the right now. So same thing, and you notice that the hinge on my snatch will be the exact same type of hinge that I'll use on my swing. After those 20 seconds of snatches, we're going to do 20 seconds of goblet squats. So I'm getting into a good goblet squat position, and I'm going to pull myself into the ground. Now you notice with my goblet squats, I'm taking it nice and easy. I'm focusing on maximum tension. I'm not trying to squeeze as many reps as I can out of here. If I'm tense in my upper body and in all of my muscles, then I'm burning calories because I'm using as many muscles as possible. So 10 seconds of fast and loose, resting nice and easy. And then after that, we're going to do a great ab exercise called the halo. So now we're going to grab our kettlebell, hold it by the horns, and we're going to circle around our head. Now the whole purpose of this is to build a lot of mobility in your thoracic spine, and because your center of gravity is always changing, as you move that kettlebell around your head, you're really going to have to work your abs. Make sure that when you do this exercise, you keep your shoulders down and back. You don't want to hike up your shoulders into your ears. Let's do one more and relax. So we got 10 seconds break. And now we're going to do a kettlebell clean and press. Watch the hinge on my clean and press. So when I clean that kettlebell, hike it back and drive it back up into my arm, you'll notice it's the exact same hinge as my snatch and later on as my swing. So here we go. Clean and press, 20 seconds. right, so we'll take a break, switch over to the right. So notice that hinge. I'm driving all the way back on the clean. Here we go, on the right now. So you notice I'm not speeding up my reps, I'm focusing on tension and form. One more. And let's just stay fast and loose. So fast and loose is just really balancing that wave of tension and relaxation while you're doing your kettlebell exercises. You'll hear me say this a lot, tension, tension, tension. That's what we want to focus on when we're doing these exercises. All right, so now we've got 60 seconds straight of kettlebell swings, two-handed kettlebell swings. You can go one arm and switch in between if you want. I'm just gonna go straight for 2. So we're exhaling on the hip hinge, or sorry, on the hip extension, squeezing our glutes, tensing up, trying to create float in the bell. So what I mean by float is if I were to let the bell go, I'm nice and relaxed in my upper body. And the bell automatically floats because of the power that I'm using to forcefully extend my hips and drive that kettlebell up. Nice and relaxed in my body. You'll notice my elbows are slightly bent. I'm not rigid trying to lift the kettlebell up into my ears. So that's the Manhattan Beach finisher. My suggestion is to do that for 4 minutes straight, take a break, and repeat it 2 or 3 times to really get the best fat loss benefits. I'm Chris Lopez, author of Kettlebell Finishers, and I will see you in the next video.